Hello again. Right, part two. So, hopefully by now you've done your cover. In any which way you've chosen to do it, it is, like I say, completely up to you. So, on the front, I have done some big flowers, just some decorative stuff, little button trims, okay, and button trims, and yeah, just sort of funked it up basically. If you want to put lace on, go for it. So completely up to you. Yeah, so what I did was I have die cut a gajillion felt. Oh, come on. Thank you. Felt bits and pieces, which is these are all made out of felt as well. Okay. If you want, I know a lot of people don't have felt and they won't necessarily have the die cuts to do this. And if you want flowers, what I'm thinking of doing is putting like a little accessory kit in on the Etsy shop there. Let me know if that's something you're interested in. If you've got a Sizzix die, then go for it. Yeah, Sizzix machine rather. Go for it. Or cut them by hand. Or if you're going to do lace or something else. Because the other thing that I was contemplating, I had crocheted this little hexagon. And then I was going to back it with a piece of lace. But it's quite chunky. I mean, it's alright. It would probably look alright. But I think I'd want to do it on one that's a little bit plainer. I don't know, really. Could stitch that on. But no, I think I'm going to stick with the plan for the flowers like I've done on this one. So really it is down to you. Yeah, let's just do some placing. So I think I'll put one there. Let's have a big... Again, this is where I'm not going to stick to any colour palette. I'm just picking them out of the box, however they come. I want a... Ooh, what colour should I have? Right, don't think about it too much. Come on, just plonk them down. That one, and then it's a circle. I love this one that I've done on here. Let me just drag it into... See, I love this one, so I'm just going to try and copy that one. Right, that one. A circle. Let's go blue. Let's funk it up a bit. And then a little diddy one. There. I'm going to have a leaf there. And let's have a greener. Like that. Okay. I had a little bag of... Yeah, also in the accessory kit, I'll be putting in a little bag of buttons, which I've completely lost now. There it is. Yeah, I'll be putting in some diddy buttons as well, so it'll be the flowers and the buttons. If you want them, if you don't, it's fine. Okay, so on this one, I've done 3 at the top, 3 down the front. Go hell for leather. You decorate however you want, really. You know, if you bought 2 kits, you could, you know, smother it basically. So we need something. Yeah, so some of these you need for in the middle. So I'll probably put a pink one in there. 1, 2, 3 there. Come out of the way. Probably want a green, a blue, and a big yellow one up there. And then on the back I did circles. So one about there. One about there. Let's get a different colour. Let's get a purple one. And one there. And then flowers. And slightly smaller ones. And the leaves are jumping out of their box. Stay in your box. Did I do that? Let's do that one. And then let's do a yellow there. Although actually that's got a thingy. Where's the big ones there? Alright, and then the last 3 buttons, just stitch them in there. do them off centre, do them by machine, do them by hand. It's completely up to you. So yeah, so there we are, bit of decoration. I say, if you want to put loads of lace on, you know, maybe in between your stitching you want to put a layer of lace, do that, and it'll be a nice sort of fluffy edged book then. So yeah, so stitch those on, because you need to get any decoration done before you then go on to, you know, lining the back of this and getting on with your pages basically. So let's just say that I've stitched all that. I'm just going to move it all out of the way, and I'll just show you the pages, which again is dead easy. It's no rocket science at all. Let me just move that over there. Right, so with mine, yeah, I used all kinds of furnishing fabrics and stuff, and oops, upside down. Yeah, just to give it a bit of substance really, and I put in pockets and things like that. Again, you know, you just do it to your needs. The central one I did make black felt, and then I just backed it with fabric. So let's do the central, the inside pockets. I couldn't have got a bigger piece of felt to try and cut. It's enormous. Right, let's just pop you up there. Let me just shove the sewing machine out of the way. Hopefully you have a bit more room. Right, okie doke. Yeah, so this is just bog standard acrylic felt. So you do wool felt if you want to. You might have a really nice piece of black woolly fabric. I don't know, depends what's in your stash. This, you know, if you live near a hobby crafter, if you're in the UK or Hobby Lobby or whatever they're called out in the States, you know, they're gonna have felt. More or less guarantee it. So you would need 2 sheets basically. You know, they come in like an A4 sheet. I don't know what they called it in. Is that letter size in US or is that bigger? I can't remember. Anyway, doesn't matter. So we need a piece which is so our outer cover, I've lost my post-it note now. It was 12 by, oh there it is, 12 by 8. All right, we probably, yeah, we did make it an inch bigger, didn't we? So I would do the pages, they need to be the same height but not necessarily the same width. I'm just trying to remember, did I do them the same? Yeah, I think for comfort's sake I'll do them half, I'll probably do half an inch smaller. So either end. So if I do 11 by 8, I think that'll be a good size. Am I going to be able to cut this? Probably not, without bonking you. Right, hang on, where's 11? If I cut about there for a starters. Right, this probably isn't going to be straight at all, so I can't see. It's such a big piece of felt, I can't actually see my mat underneath. So let me just chop this, and then we'll make it posh when I come off. Get at least 8 inches, so I just need to come below that awkward bit there. Right, it is mahoosive, if you can see. I think I bought about 3 meters because I make quite a lot of needle cases and things, so I quite like making them. So let's do right, so it's going to be, let's try and find a straight line on this piece of felt. That's probably the easier end actually. That was the selvage, the other side, which is always a bit wonky on felt. Doesn't have to be, you know, doesn't have to be a work of art, this, honestly. It's just make something. Right, so if I go for that line there, right, it's 8 inches tall. I'm sorry about the sniffing. My nose just hasn't stopped running this morning, and I don't know why. I've been sneezing, Sniffles. Apologies, it's probably getting on your nerves. Right, I just want to make sure that that is going to fit. Oh, I just dropped all my buttons in my book. Yeah, so you want it to fit inside the cover, obviously. All right, so that's fine. I'm going to take these off because, you know, it's all just getting a little bit complicated, isn't it? Yeah, so let me know if you want some of these, and I'll put little sort of kits together. They won't be much money. Where can I put you? Let's put you down there. Okay, right, we can move the cover now. Oh, there's another button. Right, so let's start with the inside page, shall we? Let's do the internal one where all our pins and that go. So that's all you need, basically. All right, and then you need to back it with something. You might want to do a bit of interfacing just to stiffen it up a bit. Depends on what you use to line it with. Let me just grab out some fabrics. I've got some furnishing fabrics here which are, you know, really stiff basically. So these ones, sorry, I'm completely doing it out of screen. They came out of a sample book actually. You know, the sampley things you get. I'll show you. Let's do that one. It's quite nice, isn't it? It's very pretty. Yeah, you know the fabric sample books you get. I haven't trimmed them or anything. And who was it did it? Oh, somebody was showing, because these are sometimes a real, or these are going to come off a dream, aren't they? Sometimes they're a real pain to get off. And she said, just put your iron on it with a bit of greaseproof paper, or, you know, baking parchment. Iron it, and it releases all the glue. And hers was just peeling off absolutely beautifully, because I have wasted so much fabric because it wouldn't peel off, kind of like that. Yeah, so that was a bit of an eye-opener, that. So if I ever get any more, I don't need any fabric at the moment. I have quite a plethora of fabric. Right, okay, so you can patchwork it like I've done in that one on the back. You can't see on the back here. You can patchwork it if you like, but I'm just going to go, can I fit that on there? Right, bear with me. Yeah, I never thought of, you know, loosening the glue with a hot iron. Some people just, you know, are geniuses with stuff like that. Sometimes I am, not often. Oh, of course, now I've got sticky paper all over me. Right, what we'll do is we'll cut this out, and then we'll tidy it up. So again, it needs to be the same size as your your piece of felt, basically. Right, okay. I just want to get all that paper out of the way if I can. I don't really want to run my rotary cutter through paper. It's a fairly new blade. Don't mind when they're getting a bit old, but sorry, fussing. Bear with me. Oh, come on. Fine, that'll do. Get off my fingers. Thank you. Okay, ruler. Hiding as usual. Right, so I just need to trim this to the same size as this. And then, as I say, it's not difficult. You just then cut. You then just stitch these. I've back to back them. I like raw edge, doesn't bother me at all. If you want to stitch them right sides together, although with felt there isn't a right side, you just stitch it. Obviously you turn your backing fabric the other way, and then leave a gap and turn them out. That's completely up to you. I will leave that to your discretion. I say I like the raw edge because I like using the decorative cottons on the edge, you know, just to gives it an extra bit of oomph, bit of colour. Right, let's move you out of the way. I started off with a whole table and I've now got just this square. Sewing machine, fabric, everything. It's a happy place. Sorry if my head got in the way there, but I really can't see that far over otherwise. Right. So, stitch that there. Because there's always one bit that doesn't want to cut. Come on. There we are. Okay, so we have trimmed. All right, so now we've got a nice backing piece. Okay, so we've got a nice plain back there. Now on here, if you want, you could do a pocket. Sorry, let me just get this sticky paper off me. What is quite nice is to do a scissor holder. Which I haven't put in this one actually. I just keep them in a pocket and they've come out already, and that is the problem. So if you just do a big V of felt, let's do a black one, I'll show you what I'm doing then. Yeah, make yourself a scissor keeper. Just grab a piece of felt off here. Where did I cut you? I'm gonna just cut a big piece, bear with me. Right, so if you've got a particular pair of scissors that you use, there they are. Okay, just lay it on there, and you want it about to go in about that far, something like that. Let me shift this. Yeah, about there, that'll be fine. Well, let's move it over so we don't waste too much. Okay, and then you can either draw it or do yourself a template or just go for it with cutting a triangle down here like that. You need to give yourself a little bit of space. This is going to go horribly wrong because I'm doing it live, but let's try it. Yeah, give yourself a little bit of wiggle room. I say cut a template if you want. Alright, like that. And then, I can't do it that way around. Let's just do, it's not a very straight triangle, is it? Even triangle, I meant. Like that. Okay. And then, hopefully, you've got it kind of equal. And then just chop across the bottom. Alright, then stitch that onto there. Alright, just down the side seams here and across the bottom. And then you'll have a proper scissor holder then. Okay, and your scissors will slip in there like that, and they'll hold in there, and you can keep them in there. And if you cut it long enough, they'll sit right in snug. Makes your book a bit bulky, but it's better than keep losing them. Alright, so you can do yourself a scissor keeper. Should I stitch that on quickly? No, that's fine. So we've done our middle page. Okay, don't stitch them together yet. Alright, just get all your bits and bobs done ready. Okay, don't stitch them together just yet, back to back. So the next page was, I put a little pocket in, and because I wanted to see through, I had this weird mesh stuff. Again, it came out of a sample book. You could use netting, you could use, if you've got a nice wide lace, that would look really lovely across. So you just make the pockets individually. Let's quickly do that one as well while we're here. We might as well. How long have we been going? 20 minutes, right, okay. Let's do this one quickly. Right, so we need the same size again. I cannot move. Right. It's the only one with inches on. That's why I keep having to get the big one out. Yeah, there's a centimetre ones. Right, so I need to be able to get 8 inches, which is about... Ooh, is that 8 inches? No, not there. Okay, so let's get a straight line on the old mat. You don't have to do this one black. I've done this one purple on mine. Again, it's just completely up to you. It really is. If you want to go sort of, you know, polka dot pink, go for it. It's your choice. Yeah, it doesn't even have to be felt, I'll be honest with you. It can be fabric. It can be whatever you want it to be. Just think about what accessories you've got, what you need storage space for, and just adapt your storage to, you know, to that, basically. I mean, if you've got, I don't know, what would you have? What size did I do that? I've forgotten. Helps if I got it round the right way. 11. Yeah, I mean, if you've got a load of sort of speciality pins, and you just want a page for them, just put in an extra little page. You know, you can do little pages. They haven't got to be big ones. So you could have a little book on your page, if that makes any sense. Little needle book on your page. It really is. You need to think about what you need to store. That's what I did. You know, I just went through and thought, right, you know, I definitely want storage for my John James pebbles. So I want the pockets to be deep enough to accommodate the pebbles. I love these things, said it before. I want to be able to keep random pins and stuff, and I think that's why in the end I did it felt, because that's easier to stick pins into, although I store quite a lot there. And then, yeah, as I say, these are patchwork pieced together, really. I mean, it's, yeah, it is completely up to you. Whatever you've got to look at what you need. Is the only advice I can give you, basically. So, right, so that's that. And then, again, you could probably patchwork a piece of that if you wanted it all matchy-matchy. Not really worried about that. Let's do... let's go crazy. Let's do that. As again, it's another piece of fabric sample. So, yeah. And... I'll just quickly do this. Yeah, as I say, do not sew together yet, okay? Whatever you do, do not sew together. I'll do another video where we do the finishing touches, and then that'll give you a chance to sort out your pockets, however you, your pages rather. Stitch on your front decoration, but do not sew your pages together yet, please, because we've got one more step to do, and that kind of all happens all at once. So this has moved. Again, if you want it all, you know, I don't know, if you've got loads of Tilda fabric, let's say, or Tula pink or whatever, you know, just go for it. You do whatever you want to do. I just like using up my scraps for the strip piecing, and the, you just don't really know what you're going to get at the end, really. I'll say you might hate it, in which case just cover it up. Put some patchwork on it. Do whatever you want. Right, so that will be the backing for that one, which is fine. I mean, you can stick your pocket on this side or the other side. It's completely up to you. So that'll be one page. That'll be the other. I've lost my scissor keeper triangle. Where's it gone? Oh, there it is. Yeah, so I'd stitch that on there before I do anything else. That would stitch on. That's one page. That'll be the other. You can choose. You could have that as your internal page, whatever. What else was I going to do? Oh yeah, pockets. That's right. Right. Let's just say that's going to be the inside page. So this is quite a floppy fabric. All right, I'd probably put interfacing on the back of this, or a bit of wadding, just to give it a bit of oomph, because it does take quite a bit of stick, this middle page. I can feel that I've put interfacing on the back of these. These were cottons, mind, but this is quite a flimsy fabric, quite a drapey one. So yeah, I would definitely put some interfacing or something in there that'll stiffen that up a little bit. You could use Pelmet Violin, that's quite good, really thick stuff, really strong. Let me just grab some. I'm nearly at the end. I'm desperate to get more, but my wholesaler hasn't had it in. And it's a real thick, but it's a fabric, you know, so you can stitch through it, no problem at all. I might use that in there actually, and then that'll stiffen that up beautifully. Right, so pockets. Again, it really is up to you. What I tend to do, what I did with mine was separate those, lay down your whichever one you decide to put your pocket on. As I say, it really is up to you what you do with this. And I think I've still got some more of that holy stuff. Bear with me. Not in there. I can't find it anyway. Get yourself a pocket. I don't want to spend forever looking for fabric. One last box, hang on. Coming back, don't worry. Go in. Are you in there? Right. It's always the last box you're looking, isn't it? Of course. Statutory. Right. Now, in the bottom of this bag. Right. There you are. Yeah, again, these were samples out of example book, strangely enough. I'll just show you what you could. It was in the same box that I keep all my lacy bits and bobs in. Right, so my room's an absolute wreck. Yeah, so this was kind of a see-through stuff. Okay, you could use that, you could use that, you could use this. I'll say it's like a mesh netting stuff. To be honest, this was a bit of a pain. I had to, because it kept wanting to come undone, so I had to bind the edge on that. So sort of in hindsight, I have got a nice thick wide lace that would go on here beautifully. I probably wouldn't use this again. No, I don't think I will. I say it was a right pain. It just kept on wanting to unravel all the time. I mean, that one wouldn't be too bad, but again, you'd have to bind the edge. Just we don't want to fuss like that. Again, you could use this is a piece of net curtain that I have coffee dyed. So again, you could use that, and that's not too bad. This is nylon. You could stitch that straight on there, and again, you'd probably want to do a decorative top, but I think I've got a nice wide lace. I don't think I've got lace. I know I've got lace, and I will probably use that. So. Yeah, see, I've got this one. Actually, that's not super wide. I had a wider one than that. Where are you? Yeah, I think that's slightly wider. I mean, in theory, you could stitch those two together if you wanted to and make a really wide pocket. There's some. Was that the one I was thinking? Oh, that's too wide. Yeah, anyway, just faff around, see what you've got in your God, there it is, right in front of my face. I've no idea where this came from. It was a scrap that I picked up from somewhere, and when it's all gone, I will be quite upset because it is very useful, and it's like a crochet. I can't move. Right, you sit down there. Thank you. Yeah, you get the idea. Just stitch your pockets on. I did segment mine. I stitched down here. I knew what I wanted to put in here, so that's what I did on there. Same here, and then obviously always put one in the middle because that's, you know, otherwise it'd be all open. But yeah, so just go through your stuff. Think about what you want to store. Make your pockets, make your scissor keeper, if you want one. If you're not going to have scissors, then don't worry about it. Yeah, you might only decide that you need one pocket and then have your scissor keeper the other side. Just remember, it's gonna be folding in half, this one. I hope I'm making sense here. So anyway, yeah, you get the drift. But the main thing is, do not stitch your pages together yet, as in, don't back to back just yet. All right, just leave them separate for now, and we'll do the next stage. All right. Gosh, that was a bit long-winded, wasn't it? Right. I will catch you on the next one. Bye.